What is going on, Yankee fans? It is New York Sports Hub here, and I am back at it with another New York Yankees post-game recap. And this team's not very fun to talk about, so I would appreciate it if you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it because this team is utter garbage, and they're not a lot of fun to talk about. So, but I'm gonna make a video. I still got to make videos on this team, unfortunately. So, we got a video talking about tonight's game between the Yankees and the Red Sox tonight at Fenway Park. It was a night game. It was a pretty boring game overall. Jordan Montgomery pitched well, gave us 6 innings of a 3-run ball, pitched really well. Had one kind of bad inning in the second where he gave up a few runs, gave up the RBI. I think it was the RBI and then that pop-up that should not have scored a run. I don't know what the hell Luke Voit was doing. Another horrible play. The Yankees are absolute garbage defensively. They're a garbage team overall. And then Luke Voit, Monty got a pop-up, should have been 2 outs. Voit wasn't paying attention, didn't get the out at home plate because he was tagging. Doesn't pay attention. The Yankees are lazy. They have no work ethic. They're a bunch. They're just not a team that really cares at all. They're just a very lackadaisical team. They don't really care much about winning. So Luke Voit wasn't paying attention and didn't throw home. And the runner scored, made it 2-0. It should have been 1-0. Should have got out of the inning with 1. Whatever. And then the next inning they overturned a call, led to a run, made it 3-0. Made it 3-0. Should have been 2-0. But again, Luke Voit wasn't paying attention, so that made it 3-0. And as for the offense was god-awful. We could not touch Nathan Eovaldi. I don't know why, but Nathan Eovaldi just pitches like Sandy Koufax against the Yankees. I don't know what it is. He's always pitched well against the Yankees in his career, and he did tonight. He went 7 2/3 of 1-run ball. He was dominant. Yankees could not touch him. I don't care if they hit a lot of fly balls. They were caught. I really don't care. They could not touch Nathan Eovaldi tonight at all. They weren't competitive at all. The at-bats were pathetic, putrid. They didn't show any fight at the plate at all. The Yankees are a gutless baseball team. I've said this all the time. When the Yankees play real teams, they fall apart. You won 2 out of 3 against the Royals. It's a series you should have swept. You take 2 out of 3 from the A's, a series you probably didn't deserve to win because they turned a triple play that was extremely lucky. They didn't deserve to win that series. Chapman couldn't throw a strike. They should have lost that series. They had a game that they easily could have won in Game 1 of that series, but of course they left Wandy Peralta in. That's in the past. I'm gonna forget about that. But you know what I mean. Game 1 against the Royals, they had Garrett Cole on the mound. They had a chance to sweep that series. Of course, didn't come through because they're the Yankees. They never do. That was a series they also could have swept. They could have been on like a 6 or 7 game win streak, but there was games they easily could have won, and they let it slip right through their fingers. And yesterday was a game they could have won. Like I said in my last video, that it was a game they should have won. They had first and second, no one out, couldn't score. They had plenty of opportunities to take the lead against Perez, and they didn't come through. They couldn't touch the Red Sox bullpen for some odd reason, and they did kind of tonight, but still, they didn't win the game, so it really doesn't matter. The Yankees' offense is pathetic. They've had so many games this year that they could have won, but maybe it's just time to accept that this Yankees team is bad. The Yankees are not a good baseball team. I don't care. I don't care at all if they're over 500. I should not have fell for the bait. I shouldn't have fell for it after they won a few series on the road. After they swept Toronto, won the series against Oakland and Kansas City. I should not have fell for it because the Yankees have not beaten their division rivals all year. The Yankees, with a team with this much talent, should not be in third place to begin with. They shouldn't even be chasing these teams. They should be in first place to begin with. But they're not. I shouldn't even be thinking about catching up to teams. And we got a long ways to go. I never should have fell for it because teams that win World Series aren't in third place in the AL East. This was a team that was projected to win the division before the year, and they didn't. I never should have fell for it. Teams that win the World Series don't start off 5-10. Teams that win the World Series don't strand 1 million runners on base every game. Teams that win World Series don't have to, walk off games to win. They should win the games easily. Teams that want to win the World Series win games, single-handedly. And when they faced Brad Keller, they won the game 8-1 because Brad Keller is a horrible pitcher. When they face bad pitching, they blow out other teams because the Yankees can only beat up on the bad teams. That's what they did last year. A team with this much talent should not ever be 40-36, and that's what the Yankees are right now. The Yankees are not a good baseball team. The Yankees are an overrated baseball team. They are not good, and they will never win anything. And the only reason why they made the playoffs last year is because they was expanded, which is stupid. It should never have been a rule in the first place. Rob Manfred's just an idiot. And that's the only reason why the Yankees made the playoffs. If that didn't happen, the Yankees would not have sniffed playoff baseball last year. And this year, they're 40 and flipping 36. They're 4 games over 500. They suck. The Yankees suck. The Yankees are terrible. The offense is absolute garbage. They can't hit with men on base to save their life. The starting pitching is mediocre at best. The bullpen blows a lot of leads most of the time. The Yankees are garbage. When they play a good team like the Boston Red Sox, they lose. And that's what they did. They've played horribly the first 2 games. I don't care if it's early in the season, it's a little stride, if it's a bad streak. I don't care. We have seen horrible baseball the past 2 years. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of the people on social media talking about, it's the biggest series of the season, but it's okay. We play some weak teams up ahead. I don't care about that. This team should not be 6 flippin' games out of first place. Ever. A team with this much talent should not ever be this far out of first place. I do not care who they play next. I don't care if they play the Angels. I don't care what team they play. I don't care if they play the Orioles. I don't care. The Yankees are not a good baseball team. The only reason why the Yankees are close in the standings, they're closer, before they were like 9 games back at a point. The only reason why they were close is because the Rays had one bad stretch of baseball. They will never play like that again. The Yankees will be back to being 8 games back behind the Rays pretty soon, because the Rays are not going to stop winning all of a sudden. The Rays are much better than the Yankees. The Yankees are a poorly run baseball team. The Yankees are garbage. They're garbage. I never should have fell for it when they won those series against the A's and the Royals and the Blue Jays. I never should have fell for it. The Blue Jays had an awful bullpen. If the Blue Jays bullpen was somewhat decent, we would not have won that series. Oakland, okay, whatever. We won a series, whatever. Sometimes just flukes happen sometimes. It's baseball. We took 2 out of 3 from a Royals team that we should have swept, because the Royals are awful. The Royals are terrible. So it's not impressive to win a series at home against them. It's a series that we probably deserve to lose. The New York Yankees are not a good baseball team. The Yankees are a bad baseball team. I don't care what their record is. I know a bad baseball team is supposed to be under 500, but with a team with this much talent should not ever be 40 and 36. This team is garbage. They are hot garbage. The teams that were projected to, be good in the American League, look at their records. They're miles better than the Yankees. The Astros are what? I don't even know what they are. I think they have the second best record in baseball right now. The White Sox are way up there, and they've had a lot of injuries, and they have a really good record. The Rays have a really good record. The Red Sox have a really good record, even though they weren't projected to be good, but you know what I mean. The Red Sox have a really good record. I think they're like 15 over 500. The Yankees are 4 games over 500. They're 4. That's a mediocre record. And for a team with this much talent, should not ever be at that point. The Yankees suck. They suck. I don't care if Severino and Kluber are out. I do not care. This Yankees team is horrible. They're horrible. They should be able to beat teams like the Red Sox, a team with mediocre pitching, and they've scored 5 runs in 2 games. 5 runs in 2 games. That's horrible. Nathan Eovaldi is mediocre at best, and they can't touch him. They can't touch him. This team will never go deep into the playoffs. We will never, ever see a World Series. Number 28 is not happening. It's never happening. It's never happening. And it's time for the fan base to accept it. I'm really tired of the pessimistic people that say there's still a chance. We just lost the biggest series of the season, but we still play some weak teams up ahead, so, we'll climb up in the standings. No, that's not how it works. The Yankees need to beat their divisional opponents, and these 2 games against their biggest rival in the Red Sox, they have sucked. They have not beaten them once this year. They have a losing record against the Rays. I still think they have a 500 record against the Blue Jays, and they've barely beat the Orioles. I think they're 6-4 against the Orioles. They've barely beat the Orioles. They've only won 2 more games than they've lost against Baltimore. A team with this much talent should not ever be under 500 to start the year. To start the year, they were awful. Then they had that hot stretch. And then, after they swept Chicago, they completely nosedived. They were a game over 500 at a point, after they got swept by Philly. They had another hot stretch. They swept Toronto. They took 2 out of 3 from the A's and took 2 out of 3 from the Royals. And now they've fallen back to earth again. They're way too streaky. They're way too inconsistent. This team has no left-handed hitters. I don't care what they do at the deadline. Brian Cashman's probably not going to make any moves in the first place, because he never does. Last year, in 2019, when we had a chance to win the World Series, he didn't make any moves to get any starting pitching, so that's his fault that we didn't win it that year. That was a big opportunity for the Yankees to win the World Series, and they didn't. Cashman had an opportunity to improve the team. He didn't get any pitching. We lost in the ALCS to the Astros. 2020 had enough at the deadline. We were, I think we were like 33-27. That's horrible, but we had a chance to really improve the team and maybe have a chance, of going deep into the playoffs because it was expanded. If we would have beaten the Rays, we would have played the Astros in the ALCS. I think we probably would have beat them if we had some sort of pitching because they didn't have Verlander and they didn't have Yordan Alvarez. So the Yankees probably would have beat the Astros. But Brian Cashman decided to not make any moves, and I expect nothing different this year. He never makes any moves. If you see the Yankees, facial expressions in the dugout, and if you see their, energy on the field, the Yankees it doesn't seem like they have any drive to win. It doesn't seem like they're determined to do anything. If you watch the Red Sox, with Alex Cora as their manager, it seems like they have a lot of energy. It seems like they're having fun playing the game. They're determined. It looks like they want to win. It looks like they want to win something, and they show their fans why they want to, because they won the World Series a few years ago with Alex Cora as their manager. And with Aaron Boone, the past few years, even when the Yankees were really good, it still doesn't seem like they really had any determination at all to win the World Series. And the Yankees are the most successful franchise of all time, and they haven't won a World Series since 2009. And it seems, as fans, it feels like, we'd want the players to kind of be pissed off and frustrated and want the Yankees to finally get over the hump and win the World Series. They haven't done that. They still don't show any emotion, and this team is not going to make the World Series. It's just facts. They're not going to. The Yankees are way too inconsistent. They win a few series here and there. Whatever. Series they didn't deserve to win, but whatever. They won a few series here and there. I never should have fell for the bait. This Yankees team they're just not very good. They're mediocre at best. I really can't stand this team anymore. These two games showed me what kind of team this is. The Yankees are a mediocre baseball team. And for a team with this much talent, that is disgraceful. And that's disgusting. Aaron Boone should be fired. Even though he hasn't really been that dumb to say the past few games, but still, Aaron Boone should not be here because it's obvious his players, he doesn't want to win a World Series. It's just obvious. How many times have we heard these Yankees players say, let's win the damn thing this year? We haven't heard that once. We have not heard that once. Talk is, even if we have heard that a few times, talk is cheap. Talk's very cheap. You know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words. The Yankees have not proved anything that they're going to win a World Series. Teams that win the World Series don't play like this against their biggest rival in the Red Sox. They don't play like this. I'm not even going to break down tonight's game. All I'll say is Monty pitched well. I'm not blaming this loss on him. DJ had a great game. 4 hits. As much as I slandered him last night for him grounding into the double play, DJ had a great game. 4 hits, had a home run, an RBI. Great game for DJ. Judge had a good night, even though he struck out to end the game against Ottavino, of course. Of all people, it had to be Ottavino. The Red Sox were just rubbing that trade in our face. That was a horrible trade by Brian Cashman. If you're going to trade Adam Ottavino, which I kind of wanted him to because I thought he was a bum. Obviously, he's not, but I wanted the Yankees to trade Adam Ottavino and go out and get someone else. And they did. They got Darren O'Day and Justin Wilson, which I wanted them to do. Why would you trade Adam Ottavino to your biggest rival? Why would you do that? Why would you do... Brian Cashman's so dumb. I mean, he's one of the dumbest GMs on planet Earth. He is an overrated GM. He should be fired after this year. Please, hire a GM and a manager that actually cares about bringing a 28th championship to the Bronx. Because us Yankee fans are sick of this BS. Any Yankee fan watching this video can agree with me. I'm so tired of watching this team fail year after year. I'm so done with this baseball team. They have not beaten the Red Sox once this year. We have to avoid the sweep tomorrow. If we do not win tomorrow's game, I am out. I am officially done if they do not win tomorrow's game. They need to win tomorrow. This was a disgraceful series. This was a series they needed to win, and they crashed and burned like they always do. This is the product us Yankee fans have to watch every night. Disgraceful. This team is a freaking joke. I don't know what to say. We're 6 games out of first. It's about to be a lot worse, guys. It's only getting worse from here. Because the Rays are not going to go on one of those 7-game losing streaks again. The Rays are a good team. And they're only getting healthier. So, it's going to get worse, Yankee fans. I'm sorry, but I hate to be a negative Nancy, but this season's long over, guys. This team continues to fail year after year. And without the expanded playoffs, which saved their, last year, they are not making the playoffs this year. The Yankees are a bunch of losers. They are a losing ball club. They have accepted losing. Brian Cashman has accepted it. Aaron Boone's accepted it. Hal Steinbrenner's accepted it. And I'm tired of it. This Yankees team continues to put out garbage baseball every game. And even the games that they've won have not been fun to watch. Outside of that one game against the Royals where they won 8-1, where we faced off against some scrub pitcher, we have not had a game where it has been where it's been fun to watch. We haven't had one game. We haven't had one game where it's been fun. It's been enjoyable. We have not had that. I am so done with Yankees baseball. I'm so tired with this garbage display. And until the Yankees start showing me that they have fight, that they actually have some courage, that they have some pride, to have some Yankee pride, some pinstripe pride, I don't think they're going to win anything. So that's going to do it. My rant is over. I am so tired of this display. They had so many damn opportunities again tonight, and they didn't come through. Sanchez, as great as he's been as of late, he had a bad game today. Stanton had a few hits. He had a good game. Glaber sucked yet again. Gio had a bad game. And Duhar didn't really do anything. I don't know why they would pinch hit for Ruben Odor in the ninth. Another horrible decision by Aaron Boone. It didn't make any sense to me. And Miguel Andujar had 3 hits last night. They pinch hit for Odor, who sucks. It doesn't make any sense. Gardner sucks. He needs to retire. Judge had 2 hits, but when it matters most, Aaron Judge usually does not. He doesn't clutch up, and he didn't yet again. So congrats, Red Sox fans. You can laugh in our faces if you want, because you should. The Yankees absolutely suck. The Yankees completely suck. They are an embarrassment to the uniform, to the pinstripes. They are an embarrassment. The New York Yankees are a complete dumpster fire. And I'm just so tired of losing. I'm so tired of this garbage display. 40-36. That doesn't even sound right. A team with this much talent shouldn't ever be 40-36. The Yankees absolutely suck. I'm done. It was my mistake. It was my mistake for thinking that this team is actually going to go somewhere when they won a few series. I shouldn't have fell for the bait. I shouldn't have took it. This Yankees team makes you think that maybe they'll go on a run, but let's accept it, guys. This team's not very good. Even if they come closer, they're not going to win the division. Let's be honest. They're not coming back from 6 games. I don't care how early it is in the year. The Yankees are not winning this division. Man, the main thing you had to do to win the World Series is win the division. If the Yankees don't win the division, there's no way they're winning anything this year. So, looks like it'll be another year without winning a World Series. We might not even make the playoffs this year. That's just horrible. Yankees lose tonight 4-2, drop to 40-36, and they look to avoid the sweep tomorrow, a day game. So we have to waste 3 hours of our afternoon, our Sunday afternoon, watching this pathetic team again. We got Garrett Cole on the mound, so that's good. But if they do not hit Eduardo Rodriguez, I don't even know what I'll do. But I think this season's pretty much a wrap at this point. We're not coming back in this division. I'm not having hope anymore. I'm not having any faith in this team anymore, because every time I do, they let me down. So just like they did this series. So talk to you guys tomorrow. I might not even make a video tomorrow. I might have a video after the series ends. But well, the series does end tomorrow, so I might have a video the next day, but we'll see what happens. So that's going to do it for this video. If you hate this team as much as I do, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you do not miss any of my videos. And luckily, we got football coming up pretty soon. We're a few months away from football season, and even though the Giants are not going to be a Super Bowl team, obviously I'm not expecting the Giants to be a Super Bowl team, but I hope we can see this team maybe even make the playoffs. Hopefully we can win the East this year. I'm excited for the Giants. I really am. I think we have a really bright future ahead of us. So I'm excited for Giants football, but unfortunately we're still stuck with the Yankees until, for a little bit, because I don't know when training camp starts. It's like July, August. I think that's when training camp starts, because the preseason is in August, and then the season starts in September. So we're still a little bit away from football season. That just sucks, because I'm so done with Yankee baseball. I need a new team to watch. And the Giants are next, obviously, and then we have the Knicks after them. So, we just got 2 more months to suffer until the Yankees miss the playoffs, because I don't think we're making the playoffs this year. Even if we do get there, we're not going to win anything. This team has nothing coming for them. They don't care about winning, so why should I care about them? So, they don't care about winning a championship, and Yankee fans should not invest 3 hours of their day watching them, because it's obvious. You look at the way they play. You look at their facial expressions in the dugout. They don't give one damn about winning a World Series. And what's the point of signing Garrett Cole if you want to make the playoffs and just lose in the first round? What's the point of signing Garrett Cole just to lose in the first round like every year? So It's now going to be 12 years for the Yankees of not winning a World Series, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for the Yankees. We have no farm system. Brian Cashman never makes any moves, and Aaron Boone will probably stick around for a long time. So Yankees lose. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Go Yankees.